Greetings all, this is Eucep again, and today I'm bringing my 100 subscribers review. My review will be, as promised, 20th Anniversary Optimus Prime. And before I start off, I want to thank every last one of my subscribers for subscribing to me. It does mean a lot to me that there are so many who are eager to see my work, stick with me, comment on things I post. So yeah, once again, this is a thank you video to all of you. I have a few other things in the works, but this one comes first. So yeah, 20th Anniversary Optimus Prime, or as he's also known in this mold, Masterpiece Convoy. Mine, as you just saw, is a modified 20th Anniversary Prime, because due to safety regulations they were forced to cut down his smokestacks, and yeah, this is the original one. I still got them, but I replaced mine quite quickly after I got him with a few knockoff, custom made chrome stacks, which in my opinion look very good. I'll go into detail when I pick up the toy again. Now, my opinion on this toy itself is the fact that it's not a toy. While most of what I have here in my collection is all very suitable for kids to play with, the Masterpiece, I think, is not a toy. For the simple reason, it's not a toy. It's a collector's piece, it's a display piece, but it's not a toy. It's way too heavy, way too clunky, it takes way too long to transform. So as a toy it fails. But in what I said otherwise, him being collector's piece, display piece, is pretty much the king out there. There are many masterpieces out of many lines in the recent years, and I still think that Masterpiece Convoy is one of the better ones. There are of course even better ones, but not at an affordable price, which I've seen. So all in all, I think we should be very grateful for this mold having come out. And at the moment there are already quite a few repaints of him as well. Besides him being a repaint with his battle damage compared to the Masterpiece version, we already have Ultra Magnus, a pure white repaint. We have him with a trailer. That's not actually a repaint, but kinda counts because they number the masterpieces. Then we have a black version, which also is an official repaint. And now we're getting another black repaint, which is apparently when he's dead. Yes, when I read about it and saw those photos, I was like, what the hell were they thinking? But then again, I'm also very tempted to get it, if it wasn't for the fact that the Masterpiece is actually a bit more expensive than getting the 20th anniversary one. Because for a good while I know he was at various shops in the US at very low prices. But yeah, I got him early, so I paid way too much for him. But yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles. I think I'll go into the toy itself now, which will probably be a part 2, because if I want to put in everything into one part for the toy itself, it's going to take way too long. Now what I'll probably put into this first video, at least his accessories, which he has a few of. So let's start off with this one. Yes, it's Megatron in pint-sized version. Why the hell they actually ever chose to at this one is actually fairly beyond me, because I don't really see the reason for it. It's a nice toy, I'll give you that, and it's especially nice because it also works with Masterpiece Starscream, and yeah, I think it better fits with him than with Optimus Prime, despite him being able to dual wield due to this, because he has 2 guns due to this. The toy itself, this little toy, does not transform, but it does come apart, where you can take this off, you can take the scope off, so it's not really recommendable due to, as you see, this little tab doesn't look really good, but the silencer can also come off, and you're left with this little gun, which is how we more often saw him, well, except for this little black barrel. I could paint it silver, but I normally leave it completely compact. Now, for putting him in Optimus's hand, we have a slight issue. It doesn't fit, but they did something to make it fit. You extend the handle like this, and it fits in Optimus's hand, even with the other two parts sticking to it. Next part, the axe, probably the one which started all these recent axes and other melee weapons on Optimus Prime. It only showed up in the cartoon only once, at the very first episode, where he fought off Megatron, who himself had an energon weapon, a flail. But it's something which has stuck around ever since, and I'm really glad they actually added this to him. This one can fit onto his arm when you don't fall out his hand. So yeah, it just looks like in the show. You can still rotate it on the base if you attach it to his hand. So that's nice, but they didn't have to do that in my opinion. Otherwise, this thing looks fairly nice, even if a bit silly. Alright, it looks very silly when you put it on the toy. Then we have Optimus Iron Blaster, at least if I'm not mistaken. The 20th anniversary version came with the correctly colored one. Later ones have gotten different colored guns, which is probably the best way to identify which one you have. Because there are blue ones, there are grey ones, I've seen a brown one. But this one is probably the most accurate one out of all of them in terms of looks. I really dig the blue paint which they did to the side, as if his this fusion cannon core thingy is actively glowing and powering up to blast some Decepticons to smithereens. And they also added a little, yeah, as you can see, the green little thing in there. And there also is my only gripe with this toy. Actually, it's something which already one of those fan product companies has already corrected. They made a gun which can be held by 20th or Masterpiece his hand, and actually gives light, like pew pew pew. This one sadly doesn't. This is a hollow shell. And personally, as coming back to the gripe, this thing does not have lights, while there's something in the Prime toy itself which does have light. And I think they shouldn't have put it in there, they should have put it in here, which would have been a lot nicer in my opinion. Anyway, I'm running close to the 10-minute mark. I'm going to go for the second part now, and I'll review the toy, and perhaps I'll also do a transformation video for the third part. Anyway, see you in a moment.